South Sudan, they went 2-0, and they won this game against Mali 85-60. So Mali, they featured Alou Diarra, another player that I was expecting a lot in this game. I thought that this man would bring some pressure and bring some resistance when it came to the South Sudanese defense, but that was the contrary because the man only had 8 points. Alou Diarra, only 8 points? Anyway, it is what it is. So South Sudan moving 2-0. They are on pace to go 3-0 because they play against Congo DR team today. And Nuni Omot, he didn't have a very good scoring exhibition because in this game, he only had 9 points in 23 minutes. I expect more from Nuni Omot because in the previous game, he had a very good game. He had a very solid game and he had 17 points, that inconsistency. But still the South Sudanese team were able to go ahead and win it. Then we had Dio Abok Dieng. He played 20 minutes, 13 points, 30% shooting. Even despite Nuni Omot's 9 points, he shot 80%. He didn't have too many attempts, but in the attempts that he made and he attempted, he shot 80% of the time. But his free throw percentage, even when he went to the line, he was not able to do it. But Dieng Abok Dieng, he was a guy that was very good, especially when he came to the line. He was 4-5 from the line. From the field, he was 4-13, so that wasn't that good. But he was 1 of 6. At least he made a 3 there. So the South Sudanese team, they are a team that play good team basketball. You can't see that one player is dominating the ball or dominating the scoring productivity, because Kwani, 14 minutes played, nearly 15 minutes. He had 17 points, 71% shooting, and 6 of 7 from the line. And he coupled that with 3 rebounds. He had 1 assist. Despite 3 personal fouls, he had 2 steals and a block. So we had the South Sudanese team just dominate alley-oops here and there. It was a bloodbath, and Mali were not prepared for the basketball that South Sudan had in their bag. And South Sudan, even in the previous game they played against Morocco, you could see that they were doing everything that they wanted to do. There was no point where there was another team that could be able to challenge their dominance, and there was no stopping their offense and defense, because when you try to go ahead and try to do those crazy putbacks, they would just be there to grab that rebound or even block that shot. And they're just lob city. Every single time you just see a player running the floor and an alley-oop is set and they finish it. So there's no stopping this South Sudanese team. And there's another thing that I feel that a lot of people fail to understand when it comes to South Sudan. And this dominance has come from their consistency and their ability to learn and adapt, because they had a lot of reps when it comes to national team basketball. As we've all known, they went to play in the Olympics and they had a couple of games prior. So when he covered it extensively in this channel. So with them being active like that, I know the roster is different because we had Mariel Shayok, we had Majok Deng, we had Khalid Jones. We had those guys who were there, but their player development is so superb to the point where even with the main guys who brought glory to South Sudan in the Olympics, the likes of Mariel Shayok, we had JT Thor in there. They didn't come and play, but if you look at the youth development for the South Sudanese team, look at the players that they fielded, there's still the same dominance there, and there's still the same productivity when it came to both offense and defense. So there's no shortage of players at every position. And even if they reach out to the guys who play internationally, they will still deliver the same or even more productivity on both sides of the basketball. So there's no stopping this dominance. Back-to-back blowouts, 2-0, and they're on pace to go 3-0. And even with the South Sudanese team playing like this, a lot of people can even say that they can be. I know a lot of people are supporting the South Sudanese national team, but the opposing nations, they're looking at ways to be able to stop them. And right now, it's not I'm not even going on a limb or even saying that the South Sudanese national team have the ability to win the whole AfroBasket. They can go in all in and win it, because it's just the AfroBasket is a year away, and with their play style and the way they are playing, they can even go 6-0 in the qualifiers and do some serious damage to teams in August of 2025. So I'm just optimistic, and I'm just waiting to see how far, like how far they're gonna take it, because I know we have seen their total dominance. I just want to see how are they going to grab that silverware from the likes of Tunisia, Egypt. I know they're gonna come hard because they were not able to even make the Olympics. It's only one team that came from Africa that was going to make the Olympics. The other teams, Angola, Cote d'Ivoire, they were not able to make it past the Olympic qualifiers. So I know they have that chip on their shoulder. And South Sudan also have their own chip on their shoulder, because a lot of people are looking to take them down. But their whole mentality and approach to the game and the reps that they had, I don't think there's any team that can stop them, because even shooting-wise, they shot 45% from the field and 64% from the line on more attempts. So in the previous game, I saw they didn't go to the line as much. They only had 12 free throws, but in this game against Mali, at least they were able to draw enough fouls. They were 16 out of 25, and they were able to get some good points in the line, especially Kwani. He was 6 or 7 from the line. Dio Abuokyeng, he was 4 of 5. Yang Wek, he was 2 of 3. So we had people converting on the line, which was so important, because those points, when they add to the total point tally, they can even shift and swing the momentum of the game. So even despite not shooting above 80%, still, those are still good. Those a spectacular percentage when it came to the free throws, given the attempts that they made. So I'm just excited to see South Sudan just continue dominating, and just seeing them back at it again this is the most exciting thing that makes me just want to watch the basketball, especially South Sudanese basketball. So yeah, man. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think about this. I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Figure out exactly what we've just witnessed here. Coach, the floor is yours. Can you just reflect and tell us exactly, what we just witnessed here?
Yeah, I thought overall we played a good game. We started off a bit slow, and I thought Mali did a good job of taking what we were giving them. We wanted to encourage them to, shoot threes and keep them out of the paint. They're very athletic, very strong team who likes to get inside the ball. So our game plan was to, stop that. And they came out, responded, and, we stayed the course. We stayed with the game plan. We made a few adjustments. And I thought in the second half, our guys started to feel the game and realize what they're doing and what to stay away from. And we started making quick decisions. I thought defensively we were good the whole game. There's some good players that Mali have that made some incredible shots, but defensively, I thought guys were locked in the whole game, and that's what we ask from our players, just to approach the game plan. We know what they can do and how they can play. The most important thing is as a unit how we play together. So I'm happy with it.
Thank you, Coach. Aten Kwani, your assessment, what have you learned from these second victory of South Sudan in these qualifiers here in Dakar?
I learned a lot in just 2 games, just to bring energy and effort every single day. I realized we're playing for something that's bigger than ourselves, and just to see how the teammates carry themselves, because we're all professionals, seeing how our teammates and our coaches carry themselves, it makes you bring your A game every single time, because it's an honor to be here, and we're all here for a reason. Coach Lual, they selected us because they believe that we can come and represent South Sudan the right way. They trust our character, and I feel like when we play all 40 minutes, I feel like we display that, except for the beginning of the first half on both games, but we display that.
Coach Law, just before I pass the floor to our French-speaking colleague, one quick question. Think about the game yesterday against Morocco. You guys had a similar slow start to the game. What exactly is going on through your players' minds that is allowing teams to go on runs, scoring runs early in the game?
Yeah, you never want to start slow. But with the way these windows are, we have a team, 12 guys or 5 guys that are starting who never played together. And we're asking a lot from them where in order to, build this federation and this national team, we're changing guys and we're asking for different guys. We're not coming with the same unit every time. We're given, we have a scouting group that scouts, and we try to see what group we want to see and implement for them to get the experience, not only for South Sudan to win games, but also for them. For me, I've learned a lot throughout the game, and it's always an opportunity for me to share it with them. And sometimes it's not even basketball stuff, it's just mentality and how to get ready. So those slow starts I'm okay with. I don't want them to happen, but it's the response that really matters. And I'd rather start slow than have a fourth or third quarter. That's harder to recover from. But we see what's going on and we make the adjustment.
Coach, Nuno Omoti was ejected from the game. What exactly happened? What did he say to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to speak about this the right way. For me, given everything for the game of basketball in the continent, it means a lot to me. The game got to get better because we do have the talent. Our players are a lot better. There's players that this continent needs, and they need to keep playing. I'm not saying for any of our players to be disrespectful. Nooni is one of the best players in Africa, and he's committed to come back every time and play for the continent. You cannot throw a player like that out for saying woo-woo in a game. He challenged the shot, he said woo-woo. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or anything, but this game is getting better and we need to put out a product that everybody is proud of. So things like that, it's not even the referee's fault, it's the rule book. But, how many tribes and how many languages and dialogues do we speak in the continent? That can mean anything. A player cannot be out of the game because he said woo-woo. So I'm sorry about that, but I have to protect my player. He didn't, he's competing. The game is so physical. Guys are getting fouled. You can't expect a guy not to react at times, but you cannot throw a guy out for that when some guys are getting fouled and almost getting injured. We almost lost another player today. We lost one the first game. So those kind of things needs to be looked at and ref the game better so these guys can adjust to the game. It cannot be some are called and some are not called. We need a good product of the game.
Thank you. Your colleague wants to ask you a question in French.
Bonjour coach et félicitations pour cette deuxième victoire. Alors vous êtes dans la même situation que toutes les équipes qui sont présentement là parce que vous n'avez pas vos cadres de l'équipe nationale. Certains même disent que le Soudan du Sud est venu avec l'équipe B, entre guillemets, mais ça ne se ressent pas dans le jeu du Sud-Soudanais. Alors, c'est quoi le secret du Soudan du Sud, vu les statistiques? On ne ressent pas que vos cadres ne sont pas à Dakar. C'est quoi le secret exactement?
Okay. She said congratulations first, and you are in the same situation like other country. You came with the second team, if I can say. A lot of your players, 2 or 3, the big players are not here. And what is your secret for got this mentality and to play like this?
No, thank you. We have a lot of players that are very talented. And, throughout the years, even when I was playing, we have a culture that keeps up with everything that we do. So we're proud of each other, just like even all the African players, I follow them. And for me, I wanted to create something where they're excited to play. But what it's doing now, it's not only for South Sudan, even the players are getting better because they want to make the national team. And for us, we have to give that opportunity to players that want to play, but also, like I said earlier, the experience. You got guys like Kwani, it's his second game, and he has so much talent, and now, you know, it gives him even more confidence to build what he's doing, and that's what we want for the players that join us, the young players. I'm sorry, I forgot the translation. I went too far, so sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
En gros, il a dit que par rapport à l'équipe, toutes les jeunes du Soudan veulent intégrer l'équipe nationale. Donc même si les autres membres ils ont du talent, il fait en sorte de donner à tout le monde sa chance. Comme ce jeune, c'est son deuxième match et il est plein de talent. Donc à chaque fois, ce sera comme ça s'il y a des manquants, histoire d'amener le nouveau et de les exposer à la scène internationale.
Okay, with that said, Coach Kwani, thanks very much. All the best for the rest.
Just
of the
one
game.
question for me, please.
Oh, you have a question?
Ouais, I have
Go ahead.
Okay, coach, me, I see when the game left 2 minutes, your player number 6 missed an assist for an alley. But you give it vibes with smile. And me, I'm really impressed with the mindset of this team. And yeah, how can you say about it, please?
Yeah, we wanted, we draw up plays, and we want to play the right way. And I thought they executed the whole set. You know, the guy got open, we passed the ball, everyone did the right thing. I just told my player that the pass needed to be better. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, you want to be great, and those little things sometimes you understand, especially when the game is already kind of secured. You realize that there was a lot of good in a product that didn't produce at the end. But I thought the guys executed well. They were in the right place. The big man was open. It's just the pass wasn't, you know, correct. And those are the small margins that we want to work on. So, you know, we were all happy with the execution. We just didn't finish it.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Kwani.
Thank you.